Welcome, friends and travelers. Redarkle here with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at some more angry video game nerd videos. This time it's two videos on the Terminator. We got Terminator and Terminator Part 2. So, yeah, haven't seen these yet, and someone suggested them. The person who suggested them actually suggested I combine another video in with them, but, I mean, these two together is already about 30 minutes, so it feels like this is enough for a video, so I'm not going to do that, but I haven't seen these, and I'm interested. I'm not super into the Terminator franchise. I've seen, like, the first two, and I think maybe one or two movies past that, but, like, it's not something I've really returned to a whole lot. Like, the second one in particular, I think, is a really good movie, but, I don't know. Just nothing I was ever, like, that into. And I definitely haven't played any games based on it, but I'm definitely curious to see what exists. And I mean, with the nerd reviewing it, there's probably going to be some pretty bad games in there. Though I guess we'll find out. Let's go ahead and start this and see what we got. This is an early one for sure. Episode 70. Okay, nice intro. AVGN, the Terminator. Yeah. Yeah, that seems
fucking dog shit. Making a game
like the nerd option.
The first Terminator movie had a lot of potential. The movie was like film noir, action, science fiction, and time travel all thrown together into a blender. But the game was like taking that same blender to put cat piss, horse dump, and pig vomit. Yeah,
wonderful.
That's a shake you don't want.
Yeah.
So if you played this game, you're probably traumatized. But don't worry, because now is the time to purge those inner demons, because the battle for the past is going to be fought in the present, right here, right now. Man, that's too dark. Let's just start the game.
As far as the plot's concerned, you're not the Terminator, you're Kyle Reese in the future, which seems like the best possible concept. But look at the graphics. This is what you call 8-bit barf. You're jumping around on half-disappeared blocks, Q-tips, and pipes. What is this, Super Mario Brothers?
They're worth looking in
the
this game.
The backgrounds are just a random mishmash of gray bricks. It's so
it's not
depressing
great
to look at. Am I not mistaken? Wasn't the NES capable of a more versatile color scheme? The top bar is monochrome. It's just black, white, and green. Look at the life meter. The black part's the amount of life you have, and the green is the empty part, which is real confusing
backwards.
Because when I look at it, I can't help but feel it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
The music
usually
is
it would be
unacceptable. Listen.
Yeah, that's awful.
What do you call that? It's just a 5-second loop that repeats forever. There aren't many sound effects either, so it really fails in the auditory department.
It does feel pretty empty.
If your ears could puke, they would. Now you want to talk about the controls? My God, is it busted. When you try to jump, first he goes into the squat, probably the most delayed jump I've ever seen. The gun is even worse. When you push A, you go into this crouching position. Let's call it gun mode. When you're in this gun mode, A shoots, and up and down on the D-pad controls your aim. So
okay, well at least you can aim. That's better than some games.
You can't shoot when standing, you can't shoot when ducking like normal, and you can't shoot when jumping. It goes against every natural instinct you have in a side-scrolling shooting game. Did the game designers ever play fucking Contra? Can you imagine how much of a problem it is that you can't shoot while you're jumping? But the nail that seals the fucking coffin is that there's no continues. If you die 3 times, the game starts over. Simple as that.
Wow.
That first level, you better get used to it because you're going to see it a whole fucking hell of a lot.
Rather
Another
harsh
big
NES
problem,
difficulty.
Whenever you try to jump on something, you fall through.
Oh.
It is an awe-inspiring joke of legendary bad game design. It's almost as bad as Wizard of Oz. The hit detection is also...
Is that a review I haven't seen
If
yet?
you try
Probably.
to shoot something, it goes right through unless you're dead center. This game is like a cheating, spoiled, rotten kid, and you have to let it win. For taking out these automated guns, your best bet is to use the grenades. But up till this point, you can only find grenades in the first part in the sewers. After that, once you run out, you're fucked. This part here, you're faced with two guns at the same time. You can only take them out one by one, so unavoidably you're going to get shot by the other one. No matter how far you get, there's still no continues. To my knowledge, there's no code either, not even for Game Genie, nothing.
Oh.
The only way to beat it is to not fuck up at all, which would be outrageous. However, every time you get 50,000 points, you get an extra life. So fair enough, I'm going to sit here and shoot this fucker again and again till that happens. The enemies respawn, so it's not a problem to stay in one spot and just keep racking up points. The only real sacrifice is that you're going to be doing this for a long time.
Tedious grinding. Gotta love it. A game like this should definitely not have grinding.
There we go, extra life. Now I'm going to be real careful because
These are
you don't
no
want to
time
lose
limit.
all that hard work. This fucking slime here, just got to watch out. Oh,
Wow.
my fucking God. The only hope you have is to spend hours and get as many extra lives as possible. You'll lose them fast, but at least you'd have enough to keep going for a while. But who has the patience to do this?
And we're not talking emulators or save states or any of that. We're talking real life, sit in front of your TV, holding the A button.
Where you
Sounds
get
like
a
fun,
turbo
right?
controller.
Yeah. Well, check it out. I got an idea. Get yourself a wrench.
Or just do this.
something
Just
like
do this.
Here, and you just clamp it down on the A button.
Manual
just like
solution.
that, and there you go. Just sit back and you don't got to do a damn thing. I'll be back.
Nice, nice. Nice use of that.
Now look at that. I have 6 lives already. So I'm just going to go to bed. I'm going to come back, and it's going to be all maxed out. Now, isn't that a good idea?
What's it maxed
Well,
at?
guess what? I have an even better idea. How about have some fucking continues? Make me have to put a wrench on a controller? Is that what you want to do with your life? That's senseless. But that's what happens, man.
It max out like 9.
Alright, I'm back. I'm all refreshed, ready to play some more Terminator with all new extra lives. All 6 of them.
Oh, it maxes out at 6.
6? Only 6? Okay, I gotta be honest. It's only 1 digit. I didn't expect more than 9. But why a random number like 6? That means that some fucked up masochist actually programmed it that way, made a decision, let's see, well, anything more than 6, that's too much. Fucking asshole. The only thing I can think of now is to wait till you die 5 times and do it again.
But then all of a sudden you're in a truck getting showered with fireballs. There's little you can do to control the truck, so all that's going to happen, you're just going to die and die and die. You can't hit it either because your bullets
I mean, they're
just
trying to
scatter all
have
over the
variety
place.
here, but it's
Eventually, you outrun the
not
fucking
implemented
thing. But
well.
next, you're being shot at by some metal tank monstrosity. At this point, you're just taking it in the fucking ass. All that's gonna happen, you're gonna get shot again and again and again. The next part of the game is just another death trap. Now, do you see what happened? All those extra lives, gone. And there's still no regular enemies. So I have no hopes of getting any more. If I die, the game's over. But this is the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. The spears don't have any clear pattern. They just pop up at random, so I gotta get lucky. Now look at these platforms. Could they be any smaller? Realizing before how hard it is to make your mark, imagine how insane it is to land dead center on a space that's more narrow than the character itself. If you land on your feet, it doesn't count. You have to land on the empty space in between your feet.
Of course.
Fuck. Okay, 0 lives. That means I have one more chance. Jump. 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 Ah!
Wow.
Fuck.
Too fucking small! Too fucking small! Oh! You're terminated.
Justified.
I can't believe that shit like that could have been released on the NES as late as 1992. December 1992.
Late in the life cycle.
Super Nintendo was out. Speaking of which, let's check out its 16-bit counterpart.
Okay, this should be better, you would think.
Thankfully, it's not just a graphical enhancement of the same game. This one's entirely different. I wonder why they recreated the title sequence from the movie, but not use the music. Instead, it's the music from the final battle. That's like if you use the opening
Probably a
Star Wars
licensing
title,
thing.
but use different music. So
One
if
song was
there's
probably
anything these
cheaper
games are
than the other.
missing right off the bat, it's the Terminator theme. Again, you're Kyle Reese, but instead of being in the sewers, you're in the battlefield, just like the flashback scenes in the movie. So we're definitely a step in the right direction. The gunfire is way better. This time you can actually shoot like normal, rather than going into that stupid crouching mode. You
Good.
can even shoot on the ladders, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
The only thing that sucks, you can't shoot straight up or toward the ground.
Oh.
There's no other perfect example than the Contra series. You can shoot in any fucking direction you want.
Well, the other game had aiming, this one does not.
But here,
You just can't get
you're
it
stuck
perfect.
with all these enemies that you can only hit with grenades. Once you run out of grenades, you're fucked. If you're gonna make a game where you can't shoot the ground, don't have enemies that are on the fucking ground. The foreground graphics always get in the way. How is it fair when I can barely see the enemies?
Yeah.
What the fuck are these things anyway? Decepticon dildos? Look, I just hit my head and died. Surprisingly, this game is really hard. Now I can imagine what Kyle Reese and good old Johnny C had to go through. Just running out into a wasteland full of maniacal machines shooting bombs and lasers at you left and right. There's shit shooting from the sky, shit on the ground. There's shit everywhere. You'd get annihilated. Those movies are very unrealistic. There's no way they could have survived. But the time travel concept, that's okay. Look at the bullets. They have no pattern. It's like there's a second player controlling them.
That is weird. It does seem set to random.
Before you have any time to react, Terminators pop out and shoot you. It's not easy to take it slow when your character can do nothing but run. My only strategy is to step and duck. But even then, half the time, I still get hit. I don't get hit that often, but apparently enough to die, and you actually get 5 lives. Once they're gone, you guessed it, no continues.
They didn't fix that.
Because I can't even beat the first stage. It doesn't look that hard, but good lord, it just goes on and on and on. Even with 5 lives and health power-ups, I can't last any further. I got to this truck part, which is still part of the first stage, but this is even worse than the truck stage in the NES version. You can only shoot in 3 directions, which means you can't hit this thing when it goes between. And there's not a damn thing you can do to protect yourself. You can't move, you just keep taking hits from these exploding bowling balls. Finally, it goes away and you're back on foot. After such a long sprint, you think that thing was maybe the boss. But no, how naive. So you keep running this everlasting shitty marathon, shooting shit and getting shit shot at you. Eventually, you come to the boss, right? It's certainly big enough to be the boss, and it certainly took long enough to get this far. I'm gonna say it's the boss. Come on, die, die! Yeah, alright, that's it. What now? What? Are you fucking kidding me?
There's more.
Holy mother and fucking god shit, holy mackerel, gosh damn, how is it not over yet? How long could this first level possibly go? Unless maybe the whole game is like this. I just can't fucking believe it. So I died, like anybody would. Game over, first level goes on forever, can't beat it, end of story, the game's impossible. Real quick, let's take a look at the Terminator on Sega CD. I already mentioned it in my Sega CD review, but I have to say, looking back, this is a really great improvement over the other ones.
Looks like it.
There are some annoying things. Like the other games, there's certain directions you can't shoot. This makes it really hard to find a feasible angle to hit your enemies.
Have to walk right up to the guy's face.
But only Contra, it seems, got it right. And sometimes it's confusing trying to figure out where to go. It has those unwatchable cutscenes from the movie which characterize the Sega CD. Never would we dream that one day you'd be able to watch videos in better quality on the internet. But you can skip these scenes, and aside from it, the game itself is a pretty good side-scroller. It even has the Terminator theme, as well as some great original music of its own.
Oh, this is cool, yeah.
God, is that fucking awesome! It's a little better than the NES version, don't you think?
Yeah, that's nonsense.
From here on out, things can only get better. The second movie was even better than the first, so we can assume that's the same for the games. I believe there's a light
Not
at the
always
end
how
of
it
this
works.
tunnel. We've made it through the storm, and at the end of the storm is a rainbow. Oh no.
Oh. Okay, so part 2 is going to be Terminator 2 games, I guess, which makes sense. And we will immediately go into that. Yeah. So far, not looking great for Terminator games. They, seem to have issues.
The movie Terminator 2 is a possible candidate for the best sequel of all time and best film in the action sci-fi genre. Any way you look at it,
It is
it's
a good
masterpiece.
movie. I haven't seen it
Naturally,
forever.
Video games feeding off its success
I
started
saw it when I was
popping up
young.
all over the place. The one most
Not
people
really,
were
as an
familiar
adult.
with was the arcade shoot 'em up by Midway. It was ported to the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. The gameplay is just as mindless as ever. Move the cursor around the screen and shoot everything in sight, except for your comrades who just get in your damn way. You know, I wasn't aware they made Terminators in gold. Fighting the boss is the most redundant thing of all. It takes more bullets than anything you'll ever see. All you do is shoot, shoot, shoot. In the Genesis version, it looks like Rob the Robot. Otherwise, it's basically the same game, but with slight changes. Some of the sound effects are better. In the Super NES version, when the
It's
soldiers
interesting
get
to see
hit, they yell
Use something
"No,"
other than a side-scroller.
which is stupid. But in the Genesis version,
Arcade
they just
shooter.
scream. Big improvement. But some of the animation is lacking. Look at the barrels. The flames don't even move.
Yeah,
Unlike
that's
the Super NES version,
lame.
you get items on the first stage. They come in what looks like a little fridge, and it seems they never run out. How many items could there possibly be in this one little box? The worst part is where you have to protect John Connor. All that happens, he gets killed, and you lose. It's a senseless game, but it was a novelty at the time. The home consoles tried to take advantage of it with the Super Scope and the Sega Menacer. But the only real way to play it was in the arcade. It was even ported on
The
Game
Menacer? It's called that?
Now that is pathetic.
Oh.
Now for Terminator 2 on NES. It's all about that little rainbow of death. I
Yeah.
swear, I don't even plan this. It just so happens that LJN holds the monopoly on shitty games. They were also behind every home console version of Terminator 2, even the arcade ports. LJN proudly presents, oh I bet. Now this of course begins an alternate series of Terminator 2 games that differ from the arcade version. Level 1, you're the Terminator going around at a truck stop punching people. It's just a monotonous button masher, and it takes so many punches to put him down. All you want to do is run past him. But you can't do that, because guess what? The whole objective of this stage is to punch everybody out. The sound effects suck ass.
It's kind of like
It's
a
just-
beat 'em up, I guess.
There's no difference to when you're punching the air and when you're hitting someone. Couldn't
Yeah,
there
that's
be at least two
gotta be
distinct
some-
sound effects?
Yeah, some hit response, or whatever they call it.
God, this takes forever. When you're in between them,
I mean, I guess the
hit.
enemy
But even
sprites
if you keep
react
them all on
when
the
you hit them,
side,
but
they all bunch together, and still you take a lot of hits. It's the first part of the game, and already I'm fucking sick of it. Then you go in the tavern, like the first scene in the movie. Once again, you gotta punch everybody out. They keep coming out from under the bar. How many guys are back there? Then you come to the
quite
boss.
a few.
Now, who is this guy? He's taller than you, and aren't you supposed to be the Terminator? Arnold
Yeah.
fucking Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, this guy's huge.
It does tend to underestimate the
Freaking
hugeness,
giant.
doesn't it? Look, I'm dead. He just took out a Terminator, a machine, with his bare fists.
Yeah, who is this guy?
Is absurd.
Why is the
If I
movie not
crouch
about him?
down, he can't hit me, so I can just punch him all I want. But it goes on forever. In fact, I don't think this hurts him. So why have the character in the game act like he's getting hurt when he's clearly not? Looks like I'm jerking him off. He can be killed, but it just takes a little patience. Level 2. This is the only stage where you're on the motorcycle. One thing you need to know, you gotta shoot the gate to open it, otherwise you just crash.
Wow.
Even after the fact, you can still hit the wall, unless you're perfect. It reminds me of Bart versus the World when you're on the Great Wall of China. Hate that shit. But the most annoying thing is the truck. It keeps coming up from the bottom of the screen and it sucks you toward it. Like, what does it have, a magnet on the front? The first time I played this, I had no idea what you're supposed to do. I figured you'd have to accelerate, but couldn't find any way to do so. Turns out you can shoot back, so all you gotta do is shoot the truck, and that like bounces you forward again. But trying to shoot the truck and pay attention to all the other stuff at the same time is really frustrating.
Yeah.
Then you rescue John Connor, and he makes you swear not to kill anyone. So here comes level 3. You're going around the hospital trying to rescue Sarah. You're not allowed to shoot anyone unless it's in the legs, which is simple, but it makes you feel foolish having to duck all the time. I mean, this is the first side-scrolling stage where you have the gun, and you can't kill anyone. Level 4, you're in Cyberdyne on a mission to blow the place up. You go around collecting bombs, which look like, I don't know, a headless chicken holding a dead rat. What, you don't see it? No, I don't know. You take all the bombs and deposit them into this thingamafucker, and you think that's it, right? No, you take the bombs back out and lay them in designated spots. Okay, well, what was the point? Why couldn't you just collect the bombs and put them where they go? I can only imagine what they were thinking. Duh, you put these bombs in this thing? Alright, what next? How about you take them back out and you put them somewhere else? It's treating us like a fucking dog. Go get the ball, bring it back, go get it again. Fucking dickwads. Level 5 is a nightmare. Everywhere you go, you gotta jump on moving platforms. Your accuracy better be perfect or else you're dead. Fuck. It's next to impossible. It teases you by thinking the chain's gonna go lower, but it doesn't. It's as wide of a jump as possible, and the platform doesn't even stay down long enough. You only get 1 microsecond to hit your mark, and there's a fucking fireball. So this jump is one of the most grueling things you could ever accomplish in your life.
Unfair.
There's another jump that seems to have
doable,
a glitch or something. Like, come on, that killed me? I landed on the pipe, not the lava. Well then, if landing on the pipe kills me, why can't it just look the same as the lava?
Yeah.
And what about this right here? That's not a platform? Well then why the fuck does it look like a platform?
Yeah, that's...
There's some serious issues here. At last, you fight the T-1000 with your fists.
To be fair, though, even though it's
Unless you still
LGN,
have some ammo left over from Cyberdyne.
This looks better than the Terminator 1 games.
On this stage, not at all. So if you're down to your bare hands, then that's all you're gonna get. If anything, they should have a whole stockpile of ammo to get you ready, because it's the final battle. If you look at a game, say, from the Castlevania series, right before you get to Dracula, there's a spot where you can load up your supply of items. It's secretive, yeah, but it's there. Even the main corridor has some weapons. But here, you don't get a damn thing. Once you push the T-1000 in the lava, you've won. Then you see the final cutscene. It seems they hit all the key scenes in the movie, which is nice, but why they left out the Terminator theme still perplexes me. Next we have Terminator 2 on Game Boy. For a portable console, there's not much to complain about as far as graphics go. In fact, it's pretty well done. You play as John Connor in the future, fighting your way to Skynet. The first stage seems simple enough until you reach the laser barrier at the end. So naturally, you walk back to the left trying to figure out what to do. Then you find out you can shoot these towers. So I take them all down, and still we have a barrier. Turns out, you gotta shoot the towers in order, from tallest to shortest.
Wow.
What a load of random bullshit. The second level,
And
you're
how
in
are you supposed to
Skynet. It's
know
more
that?
self-explanatory, but these bombs on the floor are such a pain in the ass. I can't shoot them, and I can't jump over them either.
Wow.
Oh, and guess what? You know how most of these games you have 3 lives and no continues? Well, here, you get only 1. That's it. You die once, and the game's over. The thought of making it through the entire game without dying once
That is
ludicrous.
ridiculous.
At the end of the second stage, you have to reprogram the Terminator. Okay, is this how John Connor did it? I never thought this part of the story would make it into the game.
Yeah, that is
Basically, you
an
have
interesting
to mend the wires together
thing to
so
include.
the electric currents go the right way. But you have a time limit, and it always seems to end right
I mean,
when
it's
you
an
start
excuse
to figure
for
out what
some
you're doing.
alternate
You can't even
gameplay.
pause
So.
the game to look at it because the screen goes blank. At least you get a second chance here, but 2 fuck-ups and you're done.
Wow.
One last game, thank fucking God. Terminator 2 on Super Nintendo. And does it have the Terminator theme? No, of course not. Well, it's sort of a crappy remix version. How the hell did they make so many Terminator games and not have the theme? The only one I've seen that has it is the Sega CD version. If you watch the demo, it shows
That one
a
includes,
naked
like,
Arnold walking
movie
into a
clips, so
bar,
it's like
and they censor him Austin Powers
everything is-
style. Now that's funny.
In terms
Once
of
you hit
licensing,
start,
it's probably
it
had other
bypasses this whole scene.
ones.
Right away, you have your clothes on and you're going around punching people. All I can say is, my God, the control is so bad.
Yeah, this looks
It's
very
so stiff, and you can't punch anyone when they're too close. But check out the jump. What is that good for? It's like he's a marionette
terrible.
or he's being
What the
hanged
hell
by
is
an
that jump?
invisible rope. Like, holy Lord, that is some fuck right there. Look at him go. Woo, woo, woo.
And just
Oh, God. I can't
Not
see
great
the
sprite
reasoning
work here.
behind it. You can't make something that funny by accident. They took somebody as badass as the Terminator and made him into a mockery. It's a fucking
ridiculous.
joke. And I'm not just doing this to be funny. It's because of how slow he walks. The only way to go any faster is to hop around like a fucking idiot. Unlike the NES version, the goal isn't to knock everybody out because they're never ending. In fact, that could be a good joke to play on someone. Like, hey, give it a try, kill all the guys. I dare you. They'll be playing forever. The goal is to find a pistol and a shotgun. But that's not all. You need to find John Connor's phone number. But that's still not enough. You need to collect future objects. I don't know what the hell these are supposed to be, but they look like little coolers or first aid kits. I don't remember them from the movie, so why is it so necessary to include them in the game? Now, unless you played the game before, you probably assume that once you uncover these objects, you've collected them. But no, you're supposed to aim your gun and shoot them. Now look at your
see.
itinerary. It says collect future objects. So unless your idea of collecting objects is to blow the everlasting fuck out of them, shouldn't it say destroy future objects? One thing I find amusing is that everything in this bar blows up for no apparent reason. And you can even attack the waitress.
okay.
Any sane human being would shut off the game before even completing the first stage. But I tried my best to persevere, and what I found next was this.
Oh,
That little motorcycle, believe it or not, that's you. You can't tell it apart from the others. The first time I got to this stage, I died before I even had the chance to figure out what was going on. Oh yeah, and by the way, 1 life. Yep, die once, and it's all over. They
Ow.
really stuck to that format, didn't they? Play the whole game in one go. It's unthinkable. Oh man, a head-on collision with a truck and a motorcycle, and the truck explodes.
yeah, realistic.
Let me tell
there.
you, I still don't understand how to control this. The main problem being that I can't figure out how to turn. It has something to do with holding the D-pad and the Y button, but I can't get the feel for it. Without even hesitating, I can honestly say this is the absolute worst driving stage I have ever played. Roger
Yeah.
Rabbit was bad, Dick Tracy was horrible, and at the time I thought that one was the worst, but now that I've played this, just wow, it takes the cake.
That's as far as I can make it, and that's about all the Terminator games I have to play. In conclusion, the Grand Rotten Turkey Award goes to this. Out of all the Terminator games I've played, this has got to be the worst. Because you got to take into consideration the limitations of the NES and the capabilities
Yeah.
of the Super NES. Wouldn't you think the Super NES
You
version
would.
be best
You would think
by
that's better.
far? Not only that, but it's the sequel, so there's no excuse why
Yeah.
it shouldn't have been better. So do yourself a favor and never, ever play this game, because there's no fate but what you make for yourself. Choose the right fate and terminate this son of a bitch.
Yeah, I definitely would not expect the Terminator 2 Super Nintendo game to be the worst one.
Goodbye, baby.
There we have it. Yeah, that was that was cool. I've seen the Schwarzenegger games one. If you're wondering. But yeah, that was that was cool. I always enjoy the nerd, and yeah, I'm honestly a little surprised that it was that difficult for them to make good Terminator games back in the day. Like it just feels like that would be a property that would be well suited to games, and it would just translate really well. But apparently they just didn't get it right. At least not not on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I mean, eventually, I'm sure eventually they made good Terminator games. Like, I would have to just figure that eventually they'd get it right, but like, not when the series was most relevant, I guess. It was those first two films. Those are the ones that people still talk about. But yeah, this was a fun pair of videos, and always good to watch more classic nerd content. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction.